Hello and welcome to the third game between Ganalon and Vortex. Hopefully the sound is alright. I'll go on the loud side and I'll try not to make crazy noises. But this is Twin Rivers, a great game. These for the first two games between these two players. They are, well, I won't say, just in case you didn't see the other two games, you should watch the other ones. But definitely even matchups between these two. Vortex, of course, Sera, and Ganalon UEF. One of the better UEF players in the history of this game. So before these two players go at it, they did go first land. Just found out there's a new caster on YouTube for this game for Supcom Command and Forge Alliance. Cast a couple seconds, has nice quality videos. I will feature his videos on the channel. I'll put a link to his channel, so people should check out his channel if they like it. Give him some feedback, and hopefully in a couple of games, once he gets pretty good at it, we'll have more casters. Since Guile seems to have sort of gave up, not really sure, but he's always welcome back. Of course, Vortex has a channel as well, and multiple Selines coming out. And this is the game where we saw Ganalon take on Hanover, who did pull it off at the very end, but Ganalon did beat him. Ganalon really showed off the power of UEF in this one, on this map. You saw those ridiculous Percies, so he's definitely familiar with this map. He'll know how to play. He's got a MechMarine running down. Two Selines on either side for Vortex. Vortex is really good with the Selines. He always plays Seraphim, so he uses their strengths. The bombers, the Selines. See how this works out. Vortex with a second air after 6 pigeons. Ganalon's nearly identical. So both players going second air. Second air is probably the strongest opening on most maps, the safest one. Because if you neglect air till third, you're opening yourself up to a lot of harassment. Here's going to be the first kill, the engineer for Ganalon, no protection. Gets run over by a tank. Multiple tanks running in. Here's a MechMarine though for Ganalon, looking for anything to kill. He just might find this engineer. Multiple engineers going to the back for Ganalon expanding. And looks like land spam after the second air. 3 more land factories, and looks like the MechMarine for Ganalon is going to tie this up 1-1. So 2 engineers dead on both sides, and here come the bombers. Once again, these two players are very similar. I knew this was going to be, when watching Ganalon, this would be good matchups. And here comes a bomb. And that was a nice interceptor there from Vortex. Let's see. Where's the bomber for, I didn't see the bomber for Vortex. What happened to it? Vortex, besides the bomber, though, has multiple tanks rolling in. Good aggression. Meanwhile, this MechMarine here in the back now with still only 1 kill. Some tanks moving in, and if he gets this engineer, that's going to be a big loss for Vortex. Good rating. Meanwhile, there's still a tank. Looks like it is going to pick up another kill. 3 kills for that tank. Another tank chasing it. And that's another tank here for Ganalon playing wide, looking for any kind of raids to the side. Can come in anytime he wants. So you can see 2 engineers in the power spam for Vortex. Vortex 3 engineers, and the land factory spam is already working on his 5th. We gotta say, in terms of rating, a lot more problems from that MechMarine for Vortex than for Ganalon. Ganalon already taken over. 6 mass trackers in the back, we can see the scouting, and actually 4 in here. So a lot more early mass for Ganalon, and that's really because that MechMarine killed very important engineers. While Vortex, he did kill some Engies, but not the ones that expanded to the back and to the side. You'll see now a wall started here by Ganalon. Try to prevent any raids. So we see both players have pretty nice air forces. Air force for Ganalon pulled off to the side. And here this tank finally moves in. There's some Tech 2 mass tractor here for Vortex. I'm not sure if he meant to do that. That's pretty early Tech 2. Vortex rolling through, no upgrades. With some tanks, gonna try to sneak around the side. A point defense here for Ganalon. And we got to look for drops to the side. A Tech 2, very early Tech 2 for Ganalon. And here comes a drop. And do we see a transport yet for Vortex? We do not. And the fact that this is Tech 2 has saved this mass extractor, but it's a very good target for there. So in terms of map control, very, very even. Here comes a drop. So Ganalon is going after the bottom. Tech 2 engineers for Ganalon. And good defense, but around the side here, up on top, some tanks sneak through for Vortex. Ganalon getting some point defenses, and a Tech 2 engineer moving over into this position. A Tech 2 point defense. Ganalon moving, Vortex moving in, leading with his ACU and a whole bunch of tanks. Point defense. Do we finish just in time? Ganalon leaves the point defense, and it looks like he's going to run away now. Meanwhile, he has dropped off successfully on the island, but good raiding from these tanks from Vortex, taking out outside mask extractors. This is still extremely even. But here Ganalon might be, no, he's got the mongoose now on the field. He's gonna be kiting those. We've seen how good he is with them. Vortex pretty much coming in with a massive Tech 1 land spam. He's gonna be attacking multiple places, but we can see Ganalon saving some units for defense, and now we see the mongoose Tech 2 point defenses as well. So a very good defensive position for Ganalon. Will be nearly impossible to break with Tech 1, and it looks like Vortex is going to retreat. He throws in a bunch of tanks. Probably better just to save him. He's going to retreat, kill some engineers. But good aggressive play, and looks like Vortex is going to take the island. So nearly identical in terms of map control. Ganalon sitting at about 50 mass, some in storage, about 1,000, nearly 1,000 power. 2,200 reclaim. Vortex at 4,000 reclaim, and nearly identical power. This is mass production, very hard to call. It might be a little more. But of course now Ganalon is going to reclaim all those dead Tech 1 units, and now he does have a force of mongoose. He's got mongoose on either side that he's kiting, and it will be very difficult. Vortex running into the water. He wants no. This tank is still alive, 2 kills, and here comes a drop from Ganalon. He's going to try to take over the top. Not sure if he knows if anything is there. He has no idea, but he's going to be surprised. And this Tech 2 force, it's also got some Tech 2 flags and nothing to attack with gunships. Scouts, more Tech 2 mass extractors, pretty big air spam, but no Tech 2. More Tech 1 air factories for Vortex. Actually, Tech 2 land now for Vortex. He's going to have the Ilshevas, but of course the Ilshevas will be outranged by the mongoose. But close, the Ilshevas will absolutely devastate the mongoose. And a counter drop now from Vortex. Still hasn't dropped those off somehow. And yeah, these engineers from Ganalon are not going to survive. But this Tech 2 force from Ganalon continues to move in, the mongoose. See if the Ilshevas are now being produced. The thing about the Ilsheva though is it's a little more expensive. You can see the mass, 360 mass, 2,500 health, versus the mongoose, which is significantly less health but has the range. Actually, Tech 3 land, oh wow, so you can see this is only 250 health. But now Tech 3 land for Ganalon, he did not stick at Tech 2 for too long. He now has Titans on the field, and we've seen how devastating he is with the Titans. See another drop here from Vortex that's been waiting to drop for a long time. Doesn't look like it will be successful, and the Titans are going to move in. Titans versus Tech 1, it will be very unfair for Vortex. You know, up on top the mongoose still kiting, and on the bottom the Titans are rolling through. Really good choice from Ganalon. Instead of going to the side that may have the ACU, he sends the Titans through the bottom, and the mongoose kiting through the top, putting pressure with some Tech 2 point defenses. So this is a much better defensive position for Vortex. This is much more exposed, and all that Vortex has to defend here is a bunch of Tech 1 units, and those will be absolutely outgunned. So great choice from Ganalon, and that's really going to pay off. Meanwhile here, these mongoose just continue to pull back whenever Vortex tries to do anything, and now some Tech 3 Titans moving there as well. You can see the Titans just ran through, all the mass extractors dead. Absolutely everything exposed here, nothing that Vortex can do. Tech 2 air would be nice, or a whole bunch of Ilshevas. You'd want like a 2-3 to 1 ratio Ilshevas to Titans, then you can do something about it. But now you can see the Titans rolling in. There's the Ilsheva. just one isn't going to be enough. It is targeted. Good micro there from Ganalon. Ganalon are moving around the sides of more Titans, and now we're seeing Vortex getting picked apart. He is successful at dropping, however. Got a point defense, but that's going to be taken out. And the Titans are so quick. That's the thing about Tech 3. They're kind of like the Loyalists as well. Loyalists a little better. They're so quick to move around, and they dominate in terms of one-to-one combat against Tech 2. The Ilsha was trying to get close. Some of the Mongols do die, but that's not a big deal. You can see none of them even lost their shield yet. These Titans, excellent units. In good hands, they're kind of like the Ilsha, but better. Tech 2 point defense, that's something that we'll be afraid of. Something that they will have to respect. They pull back, but these Ilshavas putting up a fight. And now mobile missile launchers, Tech 3 mobile missile launchers from UEF, some mobile shields, Tech 2, more Titans on the way, and these mobile missile launchers will counter the Tech 2 point defenses. And we can see how that Titan force just rolled through. And here's a Percy drop and a Titan drop. And this Titan needs to move, otherwise it'll die. It'll be tragic if it's not moved. And that's ridiculous. That Titan could have, with micro, could have taken over that whole island. Now Tech 2 gunship from Vortex. The Titans are still at it. But now with Tech 2 gunships, the Ilshavas trying to put up a fight, and more artillery rolling through. To Ganalon, quite devastating. Mobile missile launcher platform continues to roll and gets a little too close to the point defense. Meanwhile, the Titans, no respect, rolling directly into the base. They do have to respect the point defense, the Tech 1 point defense. Going after engineers. Now Tech 3 land from Vortex with some Othams, and the Othams is something that will kill Titans quite easily. But the damage has been done. So many dead mass extractors, but a lot of reclaim for Vortex. So if he hasn't lost too much of his power, you can see a lot of Tech 1 point defense just in case that happens again. That was one thing that Ganalon lost, an opportunity to use that Titan to cause all kinds of problems. And we can see the Tech 2 air factory for Vortex is on that island, so that could be a little vulnerable. But Tech 2 engineers here with cruise missiles could be a good idea. The Titans, what they have over the Othams though, is they are faster. But they aren't faster than the gunship, of course. Meanwhile, Ganalon, some Tech 2 power, and he does have Percy's moving in now. A Percy spam from Ganalon. And multiple power generators protected by shields. And more artillery, but gunships and air for Vortex, that's one thing that he's got. And this Titan, 15 kills, still alive. And dead stuff all over the place. And actually, the Tech 3 land factory destroyed. It looks like it was with the... not sure what it was, but now Percy's moving in. And losing that Tech 3 land factory is huge for Vortex here, minute 20. That's very bad. And artillery now for Ganalon. Start picking off the main base. Nothing that Vortex has that can shoot far enough. And with Tech 2 flak and shields defending against gunships, it will be very difficult. Meanwhile, Vortex looking to get a little bit of map control back, attacking the island with the gunships. And looking perhaps for an air fight that he is going to win. So very similar to the game between Ganalon and Hannover, but Hannover really fared much better. He had those gunships a little quicker, and he was able to defend against the Titans. But the Titans, that's a Percy, looks like it was dropped off. 2 kills, I must have missed that drop. And that's going to take a long time for those gunships to kill the Percy. Meanwhile, the Percy will kill everything. And it's really nice to see UEF dominate like this. Looks like Tech 2 mobile missile launcher, or this is just missile launcher defense. Just already 3 kills, slowly picking everything off apart. But that was a good attack from Vortex, taking out that island. Meanwhile, the Percy probably going to kill that Tech 2 mass extractor. We'll leave a nice wreck. Man, that was a nice job cleaning up the back for Vortex. Vortex must have a lot of reclaim. He is at 28,000, has massive power problems, 1500 power, 4,000 power for Ganalon, nearly 1,000 and 1,400, nearly 100 mass production, 1,400 reclaim. So the reclaim is really the only thing that Vortex got over Ganalon. And now making air staging beacons. That's to repair and refuel aircraft. Probably a good idea. That is a massive tech to Air Force from Vortex. He might think about just attacking the back here. He can do it easily, as long as he avoids attack 2. And here we got the Percy's moving in now. Percy's with some shields in black. Autumn's got to be very afraid. More Percy's on the way. That's going to be impossible to stop. I don't see how you can possibly stop that force. Unless you build walls and walls and tech 1 point defense, that'll just buy you time. Tech 2 point defenses. See any plane that goes there dies very quickly. This has the capacity to stop a spider. See, that's really bad, and the artillery in the back with support. Yeah, nothing that Vortex can do against that. Meanwhile, Vortex is doing good things with his gunships, doing raiding. But anything that has flak, he can't do nothing about. He can try to go out after the AC action. In this position, only 2 Tech 2 flaks. He can try to go for the kill. But see these Percy's doing their thing. Actually, some of these gunships exposed. Vortex not paying attention. Maybe with about 20 Tech 2 bombers here, try to steal this win from Ganalon. Fuel for the win. Ganalon saw the air staging beacons. Yeah, that was very nice Tech 3 land. But I think Vortex at the end could have gone for it. It was just a shield, 1,500 health. We'll go for a snipe. You have a small chance of having success, but that's really the only chance he got. And he might do it now, but there's more black now for Ganalon. Ganalon looks like he's scouting. But instead of gunships like these, Ganalon is going to realize there might be a bit of problem. And I think I missed this missile launcher. It must have been shooting against that Tech 3 land factory. Losing that Tech 3 land factory for Vortex, a very big loss. And then here come the gunships. And they will be dying very quickly. And victory for UEF. Yeah, and Vortex is now resigned to his island. He doesn't have much more than that. Great win for Ganalon, and I think this is a sign to come for Vortex and Ganalon in the future. I think he's new in Forged Alliance forever, but definitely not new to the game. Vortex throws in the towel. Sitting right there, so 30-minute game. Hopefully people enjoy it.